everyone. We are going live here. Um, let's uh, let's get started with the Super Saiyan Streamers podcast number 2. My name is Deadly Muffin Cat, and I'm joined tonight with Gaming is Art 88. Why don't you go
Hello,
ahead,
hello.
introduce yourself a little bit, Gaming?
Hey everybody, Gaming is Art88 here. And I'm Vegeta tonight, as you can see. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Deadly.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming. Guys, let me know if gaming's volume is too high, too low. Should be okay, but um, just let me know if it needs to be. I can always turn them up or turn them down.
Yes, yes. Testing, testing.
Testing,
Let me know,
testing.
guys. Let
I
us
think we're
know.
good. How's it going, video fam? Thank you for the host. Welcome, everyone. Again, this is our podcast, our second week. Unfortunately, two of our members couldn't join us this week, but that's okay. The show will go on, and that might be the case going forward. Just everyone might not be able to make it every week, but we will have a show every week, one way or another. Um,
I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
yeah.
The topics tonight.
Yeah. Topics tonight are quite interesting. We have a couple. You can tell by the title. We're going to talk about the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild delay, as well as the Mario Run game slash app, whatever you want to call it. Um, but yeah,
Yes.
I
We're
guess
talking about the delay first.
yeah, we'll go into that first. I think.
Yeah, that sounds
So
good to me.
we're getting word now that we were hoping that Breath of the Wild would release with the Switch at launch, as well as with Wii U. And now we have uh, pretty much confirmation from an insider that it's very unlikely that Breath of the Wild will launch with the Switch. So, Gaming, why don't you give us your thoughts on what you think about that, and do you think it's a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Just kind of your first reaction to it.
I'm not surprised that this happened. This is the second delay, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. It was supposed
Yeah,
to
so
come out. We'd always been told early or late 2016, early 2017. They've been
yeah.
teasing this title since the Wii U came out. So,
Yeah. Everybody wants that Zelda game.
you know.
And we're not asking much. Okay, not we. I'm gonna speak for myself.
Mhm.
Me, I'm not asking much. I'm asking for one brand new Zelda game per console. Now
Mhm.
I know that takes a lot of hard work, and I appreciate that. I don't even know where to begin. You know how much
Mhm.
work they put into these games. But another delay is just. I'm not surprised. Maybe they're having trouble with the hardware.
Mhm.
But again, my first reaction is I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily surprised either. We never got a confirmation that it was going to actually launch with it. I mean, but they did. The time frames did seem to line up. We were told at one point, I think March was floating around there, but it wasn't released as, or it wasn't announced as a launch title with the Switch. Um, but they did show quite a bit of footage of it and play gameplay at E3. So
Yeah.
I would have hoped that it would have been maybe a little bit further along. I mean, I don't know if maybe they did encounter some issues because they are trying to put it on both the Wii U and the Switch. So maybe what they started with on the Wii U, there's no problem trying to port that to the Switch. That's a possibility, I guess, but I feel like at this point, when was the really like last like main Zelda game? Skyward Sword, which was for
Yeah,
Wii.
back on the Wii, and
Back
and that was late in the Wii's lifespan too.
that was we got two of them for GameCube, we got Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. We got
That's
two
true. Yeah.
two main story Zelda games for that. N64 got two. Um, I don't remember about SNES, but
I
but
think it's just one,
I think it's just one for SNES, and I think
two for NES.
two for NES. So we're getting at least one per like console, but in most cases two. And I guess if it continues with that, I mean, we should. This now is gonna be one on the Wii U and one on the Switch is gonna be the same, but I guess the
Yeah.
real question is when will we see another Zelda game after this?
That's they're gonna count this one. They're gonna say, "Hey, this is your Zelda game on the Switch, man. We're done for another couple of 3 to 5
Yeah,
years.
another 3 to 5
Um,
years. Yeah.
hey, you got a Zelda game. You got it, man." Yeah, no, I'm a little bit again going back to how I feel.
Mhm.
I just hope this isn't a trend of things to come.
Yeah,
Oh,
I do too.
delayed games. Oh, delayed console. Oh,
Mhm.
no. I'm just hoping that's not a trend.
And I think another interesting thing to think about is that everyone always touts like Nintendo is like the reason you buy a Nintendo is for the killer first party games, first party apps, you know? And if Nintendo is having trouble keeping their main franchises, I mean, really, the only one that's been fairly consistent lately has been Mario, you know?
Yeah.
We've had a pretty consistent new Mario, like main story Mario game on every console, and it's been fairly consistent. We had a few good Mario games for the Wii U, not even counting Mario Maker, but there was the new Super Mario Bros. U, and then there
Yeah, that was fun.
was 3D World, which I really liked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's like on their other intellectual properties. It's like, what are we really getting? We got Donkey Kong Country Freeze, which was cool to have another Donkey Kong game, but that took a long time in between.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember what. I think Metroid Prime was like the last like Metroid game.
Mm. Yeah, GameCube.
Yeah,
GameCube.
GameCube. Not counting
Or
like
it might have been on the Wii. I
I
don't remember.
I think there was a re-release for the Wii, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think could be mistaken, but
But yeah, it's like, so we're not getting like Zelda. Like when you say Nintendo, usually like one of the first things that people think is either like Mario or Zelda,
yeah.
or Donkey Kong, but mainly Mario and Zelda. Those are like their two real iconic things. And we got teased a 3D looking Mario game, but who knows when that's gonna come out now? Like,
The thing with everything you're saying, it just reminds me of getting the Wii U, being excited for because there was a game called Nintendo Land on there.
mhm,
And guess what? They had a Metroid mini game. They had an F-Zero mini game.
mhm,
Got me excited for, man, this is gonna be cool. And guess what? They also had a Zelda mini game.
mhm,
And I said to myself, I said to my friends, oh man, when they make the F-Zero game and the Zelda game and the Metroid game on the Wii U, it's gonna
mhm,
be sick, guys. And that never happened. So that's the thing. I'm hoping that's not gonna happen on the Switch. I'm not gonna fall into that, dude, because like I said before in previous episodes and podcasts, I'm gonna wait and see. And now I'm even more like, now I'm gonna really wait and see, you
mhm.
know,
No,
because of this move.
definitely, I agree. It's now to play devil's advocate a little bit. I would prefer them to uh, what do you call it? To hold off on releasing the game if it means that we get a better like finished product. Like I'm totally for that, but at this point, it seems like it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope with Nintendo because what do they do? Uh, like what do you call it? It's like they just. How long are they gonna keep delaying it? This is delayed now, or not even necessarily delayed, but like it's not even like they're giving us like an estimate of when it might not come out until like the end of 2017 now is what it sounds like. So how long
Because
is
usually,
yeah, how long is it going to be pushed back? That's the other thing that we don't
yeah.
know.
No, it could be a couple months. It could be we never know. And like going back to the why is it delayed? Maybe they're having second thoughts on some things. Maybe they're like, this
Mhm.
isn't gonna work. Like we can't do this for the Wii U. We can't do this for the Switch because then
Mhm.
the Wii U version is gonna be who cares about that version? Maybe I don't know what's going on, but I mean at the same time, this happened on the Wii and the GameCube, but the only
Mhm.
difference was motion controls.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows why it's being delayed? Who knows what's going on down there?
Well, I mean the other thing too is maybe they're intentionally now cutting some features that they had for the Wii U that utilize the touchpad, you know? Th-
Yeah, yeah.
which could be, and that kind of sucks because, like, that functionality is likely going to be cut out of the Wii U, you know,
Yeah.
version. If they release a Wii U version, they keep saying they will, but who knows,
And
you know?
like it wouldn't surprise me going back to what I was saying at the beginning. It
Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me if they canceled the Wii U version at this point.
yeah.
But it says here I'm on Yahoo News.
Oh
They have the
wow,
gaming section.
that's
It says here Zelda has been pushed back late, and they revealed Pokemon Stars for late 2017. Before we get into that, I want to say this. A new Super Mario action game, remastered Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and Splatoon. And a crossover Mario RPG Invasion of the Rabbids
oh
are
god,
now
that's a whole nother
thought to be
topic that we'll talk about tonight.
are now thought in the works for March 2017. March.
March.
So that's a couple few months away.
Yeah.
So I feel like they dropped this news because hey, bad news. We need some good news. So people are like, and I just that title before we switch over topics, Mario
Mhm.
RPG. That just seems kind of that seems suspicious. I don't know, but we'll get into that
Mhm.
later.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, Zelda bad news. So let's give them some good news to forget about that. Those the games I just named. I don't really. I'm not. I want the Zelda game first.
Yeah. And
You
the
know.
the Skyrim that's already out. The remaster is already out for PS4, PC, and Xbox One.
Can anybody honestly say if you've even played the original Skyrim back on PS3, picking it up again on the Switch, I just don't doesn't make any sense because there's already a
Hmm.
remastered version, as you just said, on everything else.
Well, yeah, and then that's supposedly that'll be what this like version is, but the PS4 and Xbox One are going to be much more powerful hardware. So I've heard some speculation that it running on the Switch is going to look like original Skyrim graphics. But
I just
they're gonna call it the remaster though, which is a bit insane if you ask me. It's
mm,
like, and the honestly the fact that they remade Skyrim in 4 5 years, like that just that's a whole nother topic we could get into about companies just like milking their games for as much as they can get, but it doesn't, yeah, that definitely does not appeal to me, and I don't see it appealing to the bulk of like Nintendo's fans. You know, people buy Nintendo consoles pretty much at this point to play the Nintendo games.
Yeah, not for anything else, really.
I mean, because you had a couple of what do you call it? You had a couple like I think God, there was like a Call of Duty game for the Wii U, like
Yeah,
what
I had that one.
like when it first came out. So there's like that, and then you had like the Assassin's Creed games, but I think that was really like the only like big like AAA like cross-platform titles that ever came to the Wii U.
Yeah,
So,
those games were just like I said. When I used to play online on the Wii U,
mhm,
on the Xbox version, thousands of players online. On the Wii U version, maybe a couple hundred, in a certain mode.
mhm,
Like that's really bad, because like I imagine no one plays it anymore, which is weird,
you
you
know,
know, to say that no one plays that game anymore on the Wii U.
on the Wii U. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the whole thing too about especially Call of Duty games nowadays is it's like you pick up a game and like it comes out every year around the same time, and it's like most of the people go to that. So it's like you're buying a game that really, for multiplayer at least, you can only like really play a lot of like the first year. I'm sure there still are some people that play it, but if you go back to like the original like Modern Warfare 2, stuff like that for like the PS3, like I don't even know if those servers are still up. And like I said, I don't think that that's ever really been a huge draw for a Nintendo console. They've always been about having good quality first party games, and now they can't even deliver on that, it seems like. You know.
Yeah, it's just I feel like it's not looking good, man. I mean, people can say to me like, "Oh, you're being dramatic, you're overthinking it," but
Mhm.
it's not a good sign to me, dude, because they out of nowhere. So let's go to the next thing if you don't mind. They
Yeah.
announced this Mario RPG Invasion of the Rabbits out of nowhere.
Nowhere. Yeah.
That's suspicious to me, dude. That is this Mario RPG. I love that. I love RPGs. I love Mario, but Invasion of the Rabbits. Now,
And
I
it's
think we
made
all
by
know what a rabbit is.
Ubisoft. It's made by
Yeah.
Ubisoft. It's not even a it doesn't even it's not even made by Nintendo themselves. It's licensed by them, but it's yeah, that's at least that's what yeah, this is insane. This is like crazy. And this came out of nowhere. No one was expecting this. It's
So
totally
I'm fearing that this is just we need something for the Switch.
mhm.
Need something, guys. Mario RPG.
Mhm.
Everyone, I don't. This is not going to be like the Mario RPG that was from the Super Nintendo. It is not.
Oh no.
I'm I'm thinking it's gonna be mini games, dude,
Here's what
with RPG elements.
here's what I'm thinking happened. I'm thinking Ubisoft had a game, like a Rayman like RPG game in the works. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking that Nintendo was like, "Hey," or that they like maybe Ubisoft like put this on the shelf and was like, "Okay, this isn't like necessarily going to be like the best thing." Like they put feelers out and people were like maybe test groups didn't really like the idea or something. Then Nintendo calls them up as like, "Hey, you're like the only like main like third party company that makes stuff for hardware. Do you want to make us a Mario RPG like right now?" And then Ubisoft is like, "Oh yeah, that's perfect." And so I've got the feeling that this is like a kind of like a game that like didn't cut it, that they just revived for Nintendo and are slapping Mario into. You know, that's what I'm expecting out of this because, like you said, it came out of nowhere, and it's really weird that Nintendo usually doesn't let other companies touch like their like intellectual property like Mario. Like, Pokemon Go is kind of a big thing because it's like that was like a Nintendo like kind of entity being on a non-Nintendo console. So,
Yeah, because that makes perfect sense. Everything you said, it just kind of makes sense. Um, I'm on this article right now over on OperationRainfall.com. They're saying that it's a bizarre rumor. That's how they opened their statement. Bizarre
mhm.
rumor. RPG with rapids. Anyways, it says that they come to the Mushroom Kingdom. Um, the rumor states that will be some new form of Bowser.
Oh,
Of
wow.
course, there'll be cameos from number of famous Mario characters. Um, Additionally, your party will contain many minor characters as well. Yoshi will be one, and so will a rabbit. So it looks like it's some kind of it's gonna be an RPG clearly because it says RPG in the title.
Mhm.
But as far as that, that's all it really says about it.
Yeah.
Gameplay wise, are we looking at gimmicky gameplay with some kind of, I don't know, take out a controller?
Mhm.
I don't know what to think about this because it can't just be a standard RPG, could
Well,
it?
here's the other thing is like Ubisoft isn't really known for making RPGs. Like they're like action games like Assassin's Creed. I mean, I'm not saying that they
Yeah.
can't, but like if this was like they had hired like Square Enix to make it, then okay, that kind of makes sense, you know? Like how Square Enix did like the Kingdom Hearts thing with the Disney characters and their characters. Like if it had been something like that, that would have been uh, a bit more understandable. But this is just a little bit nuts. Like it's
Yeah.
it's like it's a what do you call it? If it was made by Sega, I could kind of understand it because they have had the like the Mario Sonic kind of crossover thing before, but it's just really bizarre. Like that's the
Yeah, that's the best word. And I'm glad you thought the same thing. Like this is kind of out of nowhere. It's a little bit strange.
mhm
I'm predicting it's gonna bomb because I know I'm being a little negative tonight, but
mhm.
I am I want my damn Zelda game, Deadly.
Yeah. No,
You know,
I
I've
don't
had a
blame
long
you.
day, so
Mhm.
I have to excuse me. But yeah, I'm passionate about it. That's why, because I care about this console. I care about the company. I
Yeah.
care about the games. So that's why I'm a little passionate about it.
Well,
But
yeah, no, and
go ahead.
I agree with you on that, and it's a bit disconcerting because it's like Zelda, like it's like so Zelda gets delayed, and it's like now they're having another company make a Mario game for them. It's like what's happening with Nintendo? Can they even like they can't even like develop their own games? Like it's crazy right now. Like
Yeah, it's a little scary.
yeah, definitely. Oh, do, do, do. All right. Well, it looks like Richie has joined us. Thank you, Richie. Gaming. Do you want to give Richie an introduction real quick to anyone who doesn't know?
Richie D has joined us tonight. Thank you for joining us, Richie D. He's a speedrunner, Super Mario 64. Speaking of Mario, you can type exclamation mark SSS for all our information. Thank you, Richie D, for joining us tonight. And actually, I'm not sure if I can hear you or not, my friend. So go ahead and speak now.
It looks like Richie is typing something to us. No, we can't hear you, Richie. Unfortunately. Hold on. Um, let
I
me.
know what to do.
Uh, hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Richie? Gaming,
Yo.
say something. Damn it, I can't hear gaming now. Gaming, can you refresh, please? Thank you, gaming. Alright, let's see.
Testing, testing.
There you go. Okay, we got that settled. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties, but everything should be good. Welcome, Richie. Okay.
Hello.
So we were just talking about this new Mario RPG gaming. Why don't you bring him up to speed a little bit on what we were talking about?
Yeah, Richie, I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Give me short responses. Are you surprised about a delay in one of the biggest Zelda games for the Nintendo Switch? It's been rumored that it's delayed, but we're just assuming it is. What are your feelings on that?
I'm really not surprised.
That's exactly what we said.
Pretty much.
Exactly what we said.
You took
Yeah,
the-
I'm not really surprised.
Do you think it's because they're having trouble, or do you think there's something else going on?
Um, I mean, it could be a number of things. It's a pretty big game, so maybe they don't know what else they can add in or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe since they started developing it for the Wii U, maybe they're having some sort of like troubles porting it over to the Switch or something. I'm not sure.
But
Who knows?
same reaction as us.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
not
much.
surprised. And right now we're talking about Mario RPG Rabbids.
So that was the Mario game featured in the.
I don't think so. I think
It
it's a
was.
separate title.
If it was,
this is
I
called,
would feel like an idiot.
No, I think that's a true sequel. But
I think that was just a tech demo where they just threw
oh
Mario
no, let's
in
not.
it.
Let's hope not.
No, I really
Mar-
think it was. I don't think that. I think that was like, hey, we're making a new console. Everyone loves Mario. We need to have Mario footage. Like, go render something, like away, and like they did that. That's what I think. What we saw was, could it turn into like our 3D Mario game? I think it definitely could, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Like, and I definitely don't think it's this Mario RPG, whatever this is that we're talking about now.
Mario RPG Invasion of the Rabbids, man. It's either gonna be a hit or it's gonna be just like, what is this? So,
Yeah, exactly.
in my opinion, do you guys agree with me? This is kind of like a gamble, dude, because it could be good, it could be terrible. What do you guys think? Do you think it's kind of like
I
risky, maybe releasing something like this all out of nowhere?
I think it'll sell. Unfortunately, it will sell because uh I think part of the blame for like a lot of people let Nintendo get away with some stuff that I don't think other game companies could get away with. Like but like making inferior hardware because they have like that really strong fan base, you know, that's willing to look past stuff like that. I'm not saying graphics are everything because they aren't. You still have to have a good game. But I think there are a lot of like Nintendo fanboys that will uh just keep buying a game because oh my god, it's Mario and I have every Mario game, or I love Mario and I need to buy Mario. You know? I think unfortunately part of it is that I don't like sure. Like I don't see it really as a risk. I see it as them being like, "Hey, like we're low on Twitch or we're low on Switch release titles. We need something else to come out when the Switch comes out. What do you have?" Like, cause really, like, what do we know is coming out like at launch? We have a good idea that Skyrim is gonna come out, and now this Mario game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Um, this is supposed to be the lineup. And again, this is just rumors. This new Mario RPG game,
Okay.
Splatoon. Apparently, the new Mario six, the Mario. Let's just call it the Mario Switch game. And what was the other one? Give me a moment, guys. Oh, and of course Skyrim, which I
Mhm.
know Richie's excited about that.
Nah,
And are any of those games exciting for you?
no.
That is unfortunate. They have
Yeah,
lost Richie, ladies and gentlemen.
they lost me a while ago.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick two of those games, Richie, okay, that's the new Super Mario Switch game,
Hmm.
Elder Scrolls, Splatoon, Mario RPG. Which ones would you pick?
To be on the Switch.
No, just to pick up on day one.
Um, I'd say both Mario games, I guess.
Both Mario games. Loud, like just again, then just that's what Deadly was saying. They have
They
Mario.
wouldn't do. They're not gonna release two Mario games at the same time.
That's a good
I hear.
point. The
Yeah.
rumors are they are.
The rumors are they are,
Oh,
but
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be we're giving you Mario RPG because this other Mario game isn't done yet.
Yeah, it's a possibility that the new Super Mario game, based on everything that's been happening,
Hmm.
well, what
even
about
on
Mario Run?
past
Isn't that
Mario
why they?
Run,
Oh,
What's that then?
we'll
What's
get
that supposed to be?
we'll get to that in a minute. that's
so
that's a whole
final
topic.
things on the Switch. Yeah, the Switch is saying that there's gonna be a new Super Mario action game, but based on past things, there wasn't a new Mario game for the Wii U at launch. There wasn't a new Mario game for the Nintendo Wii at launch. And actually, there wasn't. Well, there was Luigi's Mansion for GameCube, but we're not going to go that far. Um, two Mario games at once as launch titles? I don't know about that. Like, Richie, that's a good point. Like, that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
No.
Like I can see like a Mario and a Zelda at
Yeah,
launch,
that
but
would work because every fan will pick up both.
oh yeah,
Yeah. The other thing I could see is I could see them doing I could see them doing like the Mario RPG and like Mario Kart maybe or Mario Party. Like I feel like it's pretty easy for them at this point to like just make a new version of that like cuz it's just kind of like an incremental like thing, you know? Like how different was the Wii Mario Kart from the Wii U Mario Kart? Cuz I played both and they were pretty similar, like just like different tracks kind of. So,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's an easy route for them to go.
They the last thing I want to mention, I just hit me right now is with the Nintendo Switch. Maybe that's why they didn't talk about it, guys, because they didn't know they were doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they everyone kept saying, "Where's the Switch information? Where's the trailer? Why aren't they at E3?" Maybe they didn't
Mhm.
have anything. Maybe they were
Probably
just like
exactly why.
yeah, we have a new console, but
Mhm.
we're not sure about it ourselves, guys. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
after the Switch trailer came out, we're not talking about it until 2017. There's no
Mhm.
Nintendo Direct coming up next week. Are you kidding? Like I remember people were saying that. Wait for the Direct. That's what someone told me. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for the Direct, man. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for it, but when is the Direct? It's not anywhere in sight. So
Yeah.
you add this that just happened with the Zelda game. You add that we don't even know anything about it, and the past about how they kept it hush hush. These are bad signs.
Yeah.
That's really all I have to say about the Switch. And again, I'm putting these on the table because I want it to be successful. I don't want it to become like the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
But if
And
it has to happen, it has to happen.
it is already off to kind of a worse foot than the Dreamcast was. The Dreamcast kind of stalled out, but it had a good start. It had a main party Sonic game. It had like Soul Calibur. It had Power Stone. I mean, it had a bunch of great games at launch, and it still failed.
Yeah.
Like the Switch. Woo, Skyrim.
Yeah, and the Switch has some major competition coming its way. They're making that Xbox Project
And then-
Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch is coming out in January. Then when are they going to start like doing pre-orders?
Uh,
Well, it's coming out in March, supposedly. Well, the
It's March.
the announcement for like what it's gonna be
Is in January.
is in January. However,
hope.
there was a leak today or the other day that I saw from, I want to say it was like Amazon.ca, where they had put the like their official like listing up for it, not like a seller, like a third party seller doing it, but like the Amazon listing for it, like through Amazon. And the price that they quoted on there was roughly $250, so that's kind of a good sign. If it's
Yeah.
gonna be $250, like that's a pretty good like price. Like if Breath of the Wild, like when it comes out and it looks awesome on it, and I don't already buy it for the Wii U, like if there are some other good games, like for $250, for what the Switch is, I think that that's pretty fair. But yeah, we don't know, and we won't know until January.
Which is 2 months away, roughly.
And that's just info about the console, not even necessarily launch titles. Like, that's...
But
yeah, so...
any last words from anybody about the delays, what's coming up next for the Switch? Like I said, I'm even more like I'm gonna wait and see.
Mhm.
I hope for the best because I love these games, and that's it.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on this, Richie, or...
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered it, so, yeah, I guess all we can do is wait and see, guys. On to our next title, since, I guess, making main, first-party games for, their own console seems to be a little bit on the back burner. Nintendo has, what is it, Mario Run? Is the official name of this?
Super
game.
Mario Run.
Why don't you give us kind of a brief overview of like what it says about it gaming? It's an
Yeah, I'm on the iTunes right
Is
now.
Is there any way you can pull up the trailer on stream?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Pull it up.
Alright, one second.
In case you haven't watched it yet.
I skimmed through it. I didn't actually sit there and watch it.
Well, yeah, you gotta watch the video to see how it works. I think that's the dumbest part, honestly.
Yeah, one second.
I actually have not really seen the trailer. Like I've seen bits of it.
Alright, one second.
So
everyone.
yeah,
The
I'll
whole
watch it.
thing?
I'll watch it right now.
The whole thing is pretty much an auto scroller.
Alright, one second. Oh no, my screen capture isn't working. And I don't know why it does this with... Hold on.
Is it with
No
Chrome?
problem. If you can't get it, that's no problem.
Yeah, and it just started doing this the other day. Let me use Edge. Should be okay. Alright. Let's see. Screen capture. There we go. Okay, so it works with Edge for some reason. One second.
Alright, so let's just all watch,
One second.
and we can
everyone.
give our reactions afterwards.
Yeah, we can give our reactions. This going up on YouTube. This is fair use, Nintendo. Don't you dare try to be a dick. Alright, okay everyone, so this is the introduction of Super Mario Run, so we're just gonna let this play and you guys enjoy, and we'll be back after it's done.
Oh yeah, Mario time! What?
Alright, everyone. Wow, that was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm watching the last of it here.
Yeah, I don't...
December 15th.
Wow.
Exclusively to iPad and iOS first.
Yep.
I mean, you want to go first?
Yeah,
Really?
just wow. Wow, Nintendo, really milking that, new Super Mario Bros. Kind of skin / engine thing. I mean, it looks like they made these things like using Mario Maker. Like,
Why aren't they using the 3D World engine yet?
yeah, I don't know why they're not doing that. Why they aren't like I don't get who like I know who's gonna play this game. I mean, I think this game is gonna sell a lot, but like, do we have a word on what prices for it? Is it gonna be free? Is it gonna be like a 99-cent game, or?
No idea.
I have all the information here. But Super Mario Run by Nintendo on iTunes. It's gonna be free to play, and then it's $9.99 to unlock the full game. Just to jump through everything. World Tour is obviously Save Princess Peach.
$9.99
Yes,
for a mobile game.
that's
Yep.
a lot.
What?
It says 6 worlds with 24 levels. The Toad Rally where you play against other people. Don't want to get too much into that. And then the Kingdom Builder. Gather coins and toads to build your very own kingdom. So it looks like they're
Why?
doing. Looks like they're taking elements from popular mobile games. I think we all probably saw that.
Oh yeah.
And they're just
Oh, yeah,
throwing them
yes,
all
yes.
in one.
Just making it Mario.
With Mario, of course. So, any more reactions on the trailer? Like, it's. I mean, mobile gaming is a whole other discussion. But what else? Any more thoughts, Deadly? After me reading this to you, the price, the World Tour, Toad Rally, Kingdom Builder.
The price just for a mobile game, for a game that I'm gonna play on my cell phone, when there are already so many like free to play ones or like 99-cent, like is like kind of like the standard like price like for like to get the non-ad version of something usually. Like, that's another question. Like, are there gonna be like Nintendo ads in it, where like in between it's gonna be like, "Hey, buy the new Nintendo Switch and the, coming soon Zelda."
On the free to play, probably, yeah.
Yeah, on the free to play, it's like, what do you call it? Yeah, like that's another thing. It's like, so Nintendo wants us to pay $10, which like, what do you call it? Like, okay, like even say they put this on like the 3DS. Not saying that would really even work, but I mean, they probably could. Like, the graphics don't seem like super intensive or anything. But like, it's what do you call it? I'm a little bit speechless to be honest. Like, my the only word that comes to mind is just like why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you
I
what do you think,
my
gamer?
reaction to the game is I could probably play all that in one day and beat
Mm-hmm.
everything if I wanted to, you know. Maybe 2 days tops. I'll be nice. Once you do it, like, what's there else to do? That's why they threw in that
Like, gotta build
racing
your
and Mushroom
kingdom.
Kingdom.
You gotta build
Yeah,
your
you can put.
kingdom.
But what's the benefit of building your kingdom? What does that do?
Honestly, that's like a whole like discussion because mobile games are, in my opinion, are just to waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't, if I'm gonna play a game, I'm gonna play it on console or PC.
Mm.
Like that's just my opinion, guys. Like I
A
think
real
mobile
game.
games are just a time waster because I've seen a lot of games where you build kingdoms, you build forces, you collect, and
Mhm.
then that game gets deleted and or the game doesn't like get supported anymore and it's just like they're bye
Or
bye.
it crashes constantly. Or
Yeah, there's always
yeah.
issues. And a great example is Pokemon Go. Like everybody was so excited for it, and I'm sad that it failed. Cause I can say that it's a to me it's a failure because I don't play it anymore. But
Well,
going back, sorry,
they
going
messed it
back.
up with themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should have had more features. They should have had
Mm-hmm.
battles that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my reaction to this is first of all, I don't have an iPhone. Second of all, I wouldn't buy it anyways because it's I wouldn't play it probably.
Mhm.
The whole like if they had more features like build your own courses, like kind of like a Mario Maker, like that'd be kind of cool.
Mhm.
But they don't have that.
Yeah.
And they do add something to it. They're gonna charge more for it. So I'm just like, well, good luck with this one. We'll see how it does. Which is again, that's I should be excited. You know, that's their first official game, right, on any kind of phone.
On I cut a phone, yeah. Yeah, and I mean they're not the first like video game company to do this. There's been like EA made a bunch of like Need for Speed games for your phone that were like loosely based on it. There's actually what do you call it? I know at least for Android there are actually Sonic. Like so there's like the Sonic Dash game and stuff like that. But you can actually buy like full-fledged like Sonic 2, Sonic 1 like for like $3 and it's basically where you play it on your screen, you know. That's something that like I could understand as being kind of cool, like it's something that you can like cuz there is a use for mobile gaming. It's like if I'm going like somewhere to like get work on my car done or where I have to wait, you know, or if I have like 20, 30 minutes to kill and I don't have anything to do, what am I going to do? I can either like jump on my phone and like look at Twitter for a little bit or I can play some kind of mobile game, you know. But it seems like 9.99 that's really like that just kind of jumps out at me like $10 like for like what you said, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot. You get 6 worlds, which like how fast, like I'm sure you could beat that game probably in one sitting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have no doubt that.
It'll take you a minute to get used to it.
Yeah, but once you get used to it, like you could like if you
Exactly.
sat down for like an hour or two, you could definitely bang it out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just need to stop. I think they just need a break.
Yeah, there's not really much else to say. Richie has it on, take a break.
I think
But
they just really just sit down, decide whether it's like worth it. Like, do they have any more good ideas, or are they just gonna like copy other people's ideas and then make it into
Mhm.
characters that they've created.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean,
Because
go ahead.
this game is like a mixture of like what's that tower defense game, Clash of Titans or whatever it's
Yeah,
called. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I know.
And then and it's like mixed with that. It's like mixed with like Flappy Bird, mixed with Temple Run,
Mhm.
mixed with Doodle Jump. Like I don't know. It's just it's repetitive and it's not worth $9.99.
No.
Like maybe $1.
Yeah, like
Like
99 cents. Okay. Like I can get behind it. Like
hmm,
I think the biggest thing is like if they had like been releasing this and they were still being consistent with their console releases of like their own games and stuff, like then whatever. But it's like it almost feels like they're plugging this more than they are their new Zelda game. Like it's like they've put like it feels like they've put like a lot of effort or like effort that was put into this could have been put into getting the Zelda game out on time or a new
well, that
Mario
could be why
game.
things are getting delayed. Is because they're juggling way too many things at once. They have a new console coming out.
Mhm.
They're trying to develop games for that.
Yeah.
They're trying to port games from other consoles. There's publishing rights they have to go through and all that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I think they just need to slow down, think about what their next move is going to be.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, they just need to think for a minute. Um, yeah, but I think maybe like what gaming said, if they had maybe like a level creator,
Mhm.
like even not even if you had it like from the beginning, like maybe you have to beat all 6 worlds and all that to unlock the level creator, so that way you can have more replay value because
Mhm.
6 worlds for $10, if I can beat that in one sitting, that's stupid. That's a
Yeah.
waste of money.
Oh,
So
definitely.
those are just my
final
thoughts.
the final thing I'll say about this Mario Run is I'm glad they made a mobile game finally, but like always, Nintendo's late to the party.
Mhm.
They other companies have been doing this for probably years now. Nintendo never did it. Um,
You
they're
can play
just
Call of Duty Zombies on your phone, dude.
like there's just so many things that I just feel like Nintendo is just too old school, dude. They don't want change.
Mhm.
And they finally jumped the gun and said, "All right, we'll make a mobile game, but we're just gonna
Mhm.
copy everybody else and make sure it's $10." You know, and
Mhm.
uh, and it's just like I just feel like they're late to the party, like always. Where whether it be um, and they're never gonna make it to the Twitch party. They're never gonna have streaming built in their console. They're
Oh
never
yeah.
No.
gonna have DVD players. They're never gonna make that party. Blu-ray
Mm,
players. They don't care about that.
Oh well,
no.
That's what I mean.
the big thing, like the whole reason the Wii U doesn't even play DVDs, and the whole reason it doesn't do that is because they don't want to pay the DVD licensing fee. It uses DVDs, like it uses literally the exact same, like the actual disc that a DVD is. It uses that exact same disc. It's just not it's just not a licensed DVD disc. It's just a regular data disc, but it's literally the exact same disc. It just doesn't have that proprietary DVD formatting on it. So the whole reason that it doesn't have that is so they can save like the the $1.50 a console, whatever it comes down to pay the DVD licensing to have that ability. And to them, it's like it's not worth it. To be fair, they do have Netflix and Amazon Video apps and stuff like that, but yeah, just it feels like that they're compromising more and more on like hardware features, like things like. 'Cause here's the thing, like if you're a family and you have like, you know, kind of like a limited income, you know, things are tight or whatever, like an Xbox or a PS4 is not just a game console for the kids, but it's also like a media device for like the family to watch Blu-rays, to do stuff like that, you know? Where it's like the Nintendo console, like most of what it does is play games like for the kids, you know? Like I think that's why like the original PlayStation 3 it sold so well because it was a Blu-ray player, and at the time it was like one of the cheapest Blu-ray players out there.
Yeah.
Nintendo just doesn't is not about that. They're what do you call it?
What?
They're all about the just just them, and like either you accept it or too bad.
That's really my final thoughts on it is like the reason why I'm so concerned about a delay. The reason why I'm so concerned about, well, what are they doing with this app? What are they doing over here when they should be over here? Is because they don't have a Blu-ray player to back it up. They don't even have, they don't have that HD Netflix support that I've seen on Xbox One and
Mm-hmm.
PS4. It just looks better. It just feels better over there because I have both, and I forgot Wii U had Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's why I'm so concerned about a slight delay because okay guys, you don't have that stuff to back up on. You don't have a Blu-ray player. You don't have quick instant access to your Netflix because on Xbox One it takes a second to boot up and a second to load Netflix. I'll take that any day over powering up my Wii U. I'll do it right now. Wii U menu, waiting. Hey, I could have been on Netflix already on my Xbox One.
Yep.
And I know that's a little thing, but to some people, it's a really big deal. So when I
It's
hear,
annoying.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
still doing it, by
It's
the way.
inconvenient. But the one thing I hope that Nintendo doesn't hop on the bandwagon for is like paid subscriptions to their online service. I really hope they never join on that.
Which
Oh
is
my!
it's odd that they haven't, honestly. Like,
Well, think about it. They don't even have Ethernet, dude.
yeah. No, that's true.
Like, you have to get an adapter for it. Come on.
Yeah. And
Like,
they don't have Ethernet, and honestly, like, I don't know what it is, but some of their online stuff, like the Mario Maker stuff, works pretty well. But like to play like Mario Kart,
what?
terrible. It's like been like the worst online multiplayer experience I've ever had with anything. Like,
Yeah, because they're so late to everything.
yeah,
Late to the party.
like it just drops randomly when you're in the middle of a race. Like their like
Like,
network infrastructure isn't there.
like Smash 4.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we get like a room code? You know what I mean? Why, like,
I don't
if
know.
like as streamers, like if we want to play, like if we want to do battles with viewers or whatever, like instead of having to go to our friends list every time someone else wants to like join in, why can't we just have like a room code that we can display on screen
Mm-hmm.
and then they can join that way? Like,
Yeah, because
you know,
you can do that actually even with Mario Kart 8. Like as bad as the thing is, it has that functionality. Why does one game have that when another game doesn't? You know,
exactly.
like
I think it's
Exactly.
just they might mention it. Somebody just
Well, which one was released first?
that's a good question.
what
I
Was
want
Smash or Mario Kart released first?
Mario Kart came out first.
and Mario
Okay,
Kart has it.
that's even worse then. Okay.
Yeah. So what happens is, guys, this is what happens. A young guy, like one of us says like, "Hey, dude, let's get some lobbies, and Smash." And they're like, "No, no, 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 no. Not how we do things around here."
Mm-hmm.
That's the only explanation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only
Yeah.
explanation, guys. There is no way that, like we just said, Mario Kart came out first and had a decent online system, right?
Mhm.
And then Smash, one of the biggest titles in the history of the year of the game,
Mhm.
and it doesn't have it. And I just was so disappointed. Like, why can't I do
Especially
2v2 with my friends
like,
versus randoms?
to be honest, dude, Brawl Online is so much better than Smash 4 Online.
Mhm.
And I'm not even saying that like I don't know, it's you have friend codes, you type in the friend code, that's it. You don't have to back out, you don't have to go to any other menus and go through this big long process, and you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's not the
Oh,
best way, but like multiplayer wasn't really like huge at that time. Well, it was getting bigger, but
But yeah, no, but definitely like it wasn't like it wasn't like everyone had it, you know, where
yeah.
that was definitely the case with what do you call it? That was definitely the case
Xbox.
with like the Xbox One and PS4, like which are the main competitors for the Wii U. Like pretty much like every like big like multiplayer game like has an online feature, and it's like Nintendo just can't, like it just chooses not to implement it on
yeah.
their own games. Like,
So there you go. I can add that to my list to things that why I'm so concerned. Excuse me, damn. See, my voice is breaking up, dude. I'm so concerned because the
Tearing up.
things I said earlier, they can't fall back on Blu-rays. They can't fall back on their epic online gaming experience. They
mm-hmm.
can't because it's not there.
Yeah.
And
So the
not,
games have to kick ass, dude. They have to kick ass. They have to be on time. And right now they're not.
I think
And
the problem
already.
is they're competing against Xbox and PlayStation, but they're not really giving a reason for us to pick them over PlayStation or Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's they're fast, they're efficient, it's consistent. You know, like I feel like Nintendo's consoles break down and are needing repair a lot more than other consoles. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like I hear a lot more stories about Nintendo's consoles being broken.
Well, and
Um,
I think, what do you call it? I think that's definitely true if you look at per console like incident, like
mm,
how many out of like 100 Wii's break or something,
mhm.
versus like I'm sure overall there probably are more Xboxes that break, but that's because there's like five, six, seven times as many of them, you know.
Right.
So
Like I think every system has its pros and it has its cons, but like I feel like pros and the cons of the Wii U don't outweigh those of Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, maybe that can be a discussion for next time, dude, because
mhm,
Because
Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, like right now, I still have my Xbox 360 that's almost 10 years old. No, wait,
mhm,
no,
I take that back.
it's close to it. PS3 just turned 10 the other day.
yeah,
This Xbox I have is about 7 years old. Still works fine. Still pop it on. I still throw it on sometimes when I was playing Sonic 06,
I have a
Mhm.
when I was
PS2
playing other games.
I have a PS2 that still works.
Yeah, what
I
about you, Richie? You got the N64, right? Anything
Yeah,
else?
I have
Like,
N64. I have GameCube. I have a Wii. I have a Wii U. I have PS4. Um, yeah,
and like what I'm falling back to on this is like the Wii and Wii U 10 years from now, they're not going to be like the Xbox 360, the N64, the PS3. I'm not going to pop those on. I don't even have the Wii anymore. I traded that in a long time ago.
mhm.
but like to be fair, like Xbox's multiplayer is quick and it's fast, but the community behind it is terrible. I don't care what anybody says. It's
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
go join an online lobby and talk to anybody on Call of Duty on an
fortunately,
Xbox.
for me.
PS4 and like PlayStation,
That still works.
like PlayStation community has like a bit of that, but it's not like nearly as much as it was with Xbox. Like I found a lot more friendly people on PlayStation than I found on Xbox. But the bad thing about Sony is they get hacked like every other day for whatever reason.
Yeah. Which
And
is
With
then-
communities and like,
But then that's like really the only two things you can like crap on about those consoles. But then you look at the Wii U and you can't play DVDs. Netflix isn't as intuitive as other things. It has very few titles. It's strict on development. Like nobody can really develop for it besides Nintendo. So I don't know. I think they're a little too like fascist when it comes to how they control their community and how they market.
Oh, I agree. Like, I think that Nintendo and that was kind of like how they started is like the reason like the Atari and all the other like big game companies or video game companies of like the early 80s failed was because everything was open source and like anyone could make a really shitty game like the ET game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and so that helped Nintendo back then in that instance where like they quality controlled all their games, but they were making like, you know, for NES, we got 3 Super Mario Bros. Games. We got Duck Hunt.
But-
we got like all that great stuff, and they're not doing that anymore. We're lucky if we get like one, like really good like first party game out of them per year now. It seems.
and the thing about those games too is we can all still play them right now. Like if someone told me you want to play Mario 3 tonight, I'd be like, yeah, dude, hell yeah, dude. If someone told me I want to play like, and that's the thing about games, like there's so many games that are just gone, dude. They're never gonna be played again. Mario 1, 2, and 3 are really good examples of games that will be played long from now. Unfortunately, there's a lot of games that are just shovelware and they'll be buried and forgotten. Which, if you're a game, you know, if you make games, like I wouldn't want that to happen to my game.
Exactly.
But you know, I guess I don't know, man. There's so many things about the Wii, the first Wii that came out, not the Wii U. Like there's so many crappy games. So I used to work at Best Buy, and parents would ask me, "Is this game any good?" And I'll be like, look at it, and I'll be like, "Man, that game looks like crap."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell them that though, you know.
Yeah.
I would recommend, you know, something else, but man, that one's $50. This one's $20. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But
again, I'm just hoping, dude, that I don't want the Wii, I don't want Nintendo to be like, just I want them to be around for everybody in the future and for me right now. But like again, everything we've discussed today, it's not looking too good in my opinion.
But the only thing that kind of gives me a little, like, the tiniest shred of hope for the Switch is that they're porting other games from other consoles onto it, like Skyrim and obviously that NBA game. So, like,
Oh yeah.
like obviously
I love
to
that
us, like, it doesn't look good. Like, you can definitely play that on, like,
But-
Xbox, PlayStation, have a way better time than you would on the Switch. You can't tell
Yeah,
me.
that's exactly. I
But-
think you weren't here for that part. How funny, right? We were talking about Skyrim, but I just don't get it.
No.
Why Skyrim?
You're playing. If the Switch has a mobile processor, dude, then think about playing Skyrim on your phone, on your
Yeah.
iPad. Think
Yeah.
about how terrible that would be.
Pretty much.
With like a little like crappy third party Bluetooth controller that you can buy at like Toys R Us. You know, like it's.
I don't know, guys. I just don't get it. Like sometimes,
But
like
what
if
that-
let's say
but what that
Skyrim
can't-
comes out, okay, let's say it comes out, and it's gonna come out. I hope, and let's say the graphics are just terrible. Let's just say it just looks, it's just laughable.
I'm
People
not
are still
talking
gonna
about
defend
like. graphical wise. I'm talking about like frame rate wise.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, frame rate. Excuse me. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
like
as
it's
well.
gonna be
Playability.
laggy. Like
it looks very laggy.
you'll be lucky if
So
you get 30 FPS, and probably not. You know.
Well, that's what I'm
and
saying.
like people are gonna defend that.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
there are people that will defend
you're
whatever
gonna have
Nintendo does.
you're gonna have people that are fans of Skyrim, fans of NBA, who also enjoy Nintendo games,
Hmm.
and those people may like to see those games on Nintendo's console, regardless of how crappy it is.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not saying it's guaranteed that it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work, but there's a small chance, I guess, that that'll attract some people.
Hmm.
I think.
If it doesn't work, I'm
They
gonna
just
trash it so hard because it deserves to be trashed. Because if it doesn't work out, dude,
Hmm.
Skyrim, dude, that's a wonderful game.
hmm
Hmm.
One of the best games I played in a long time, and I don't say that often. I had fun playing it with Mala side by side. I had fun watching her play it.
hmm
I want it
But
again.
like,
I'm passionate about the game. I don't want it to suck on Nintendo Switch. There's no other word to describe right now.
but
Hmm.
Because again,
imagine,
I'm getting lit. I'm getting lit on this because Skyrim is such a great game, dude. And if it sucks on Nintendo Switch, dude, I don't know
well,
what I'm gonna feel.
but just imagine being somebody that has never played Skyrim before, who plays it for the first time on the Switch, and that's what they're used to.
Hmm.
And then somehow, for whatever reason, they play it on an Xbox or a PlayStation. You're gonna tell me they're not gonna prefer that version over the Switch version?
Oh
Come
hell
on.
yeah! Like
But
hands
like obviously
down.
people that have played the original before the Switch version are gonna be like, this is garbage. And I
Hmm.
already know that. Even if it's not laggy, it's just because of the controls too.
Oh yeah.
Because look at the controller you have for that thing. Imagine playing Skyrim with those dinky little things.
Imagine playing. Remember the nunchuck and the Wiimote?
hmm
Yeah.
When I don't can't not recall one time, guys, saying, "Damn, this controller is so good." Never.
but
Why?
but that controller didn't have to be good because it was innovation.
Yeah, it was very
It
Yeah.
was
gimmicky.
it was motion control. We
Yeah, it
we
was.
didn't
It's,
we didn't have that previous to that, so it didn't matter if the controller was good or not because people
you
were,
had to
were
swing a
just
Hmm.
sword.
it's they're literally interacting with the game in a whole different way. So I don't think people really cared about what the buttons were or how they were laid out or anything like that.
Hmm.
But now it's different because now we've been introduced to that type of thing. So
Hmm.
if Nintendo were to come out with a new version of the Wii that wasn't like the Wii U with like a gamepad, but like an updated version of what they made back in like 2006 or whatever the hell it was, then we'd most likely want a whole different controller because this one honestly sucks.
Hmm. Well, here,
I
Because
don't even know,
like,
dude. Maybe. Do you think VR is in the would happen on Switch, guys?
oh, not with the chip that they're gonna use. There's no way.
No
There's.
way.
but no, I don't think VR is going to be supported on the Switch, but I don't think Nintendo's going to support it at all because I think VR is supposed to be as realistic as possible, isn't it? Isn't that
Well,
the kind of the whole point?
that's kind of. I mean,
Minecraft?
it's an immersion thing. Like if you look at a good example, like one of the
Yeah, but like
like
imagine like VR Mario, dude. Like that just sounds weird. Like just think
Become Mario.
hey,
like
it
yeah.
wouldn't, yeah, no, definitely. Like I agree, it wouldn't be, it
Yeah,
wouldn't
like what
necessarily
Rojo just said,
fit.
dude. Mario Maker VR style. Like imagine that like pointing your eyes to like a
Hmm.
certain like certain tile.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it would just be weird.
But then again, like I could see like VR Mario not working out, but a VR Zelda game, I could see that working out.
It could work out, but they have to be like really careful on how
Yeah.
they make it work.
But like a first person Zelda, like
Yeah.
if you brought back motion controls like with the where you swing the sword and stuff, like
Hmm.
that would be pretty cool. But
Yeah.
that's like one
But the thing is, they're already too late because the HTC Vive is
Oh
out.
yeah, the HTC Vive is out. The PS VR is out, which
Yeah.
actually got better reviews than a lot of people expected. Like,
Yeah.
and Sony like has put a lot of development into that, and it seems to have paid off. And Sony has the motion controllers as well. Like,
Hmm.
so like it's yeah, like they're behind the ball kind of on all sections. The only thing that Nintendo has had really consistent for them is mobile gaming, like, and not like phone, but like what do you call
Right.
it? Game Boy
Like
DS.
pocket gaming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pocket gaming, stuff like that. And like I don't see the Switch being like, sure, it's portable, but like are you going to be able to
It's
shove it in your pocket?
yeah, it's portable, but it's like we're going back to the Walkman now, dude.
Yeah. Or the Game
I
Gear.
would break your mind.
Like the
I know I
Sega
would.
Game Gear that is like a brick. Like it
That's
was
what I'm saying.
cool. I had one. It was color when Game Boy wasn't.
Yeah.
But
Like the 3DS is portable.
mm-hmm.
Like you could fit that in your pocket, but it's still it takes up your whole pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just think it's popular in Japan, but it's not popular over here.
Oh yeah.
Like what I think they should do is I think for for Pokemon Sun and Moon, say,
Mm-hmm.
like in Japan, they should just release it on like 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe here they should release it for 3DS and for like the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Because it can't be that hard to port it over. Because I mean, both screens, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Wii U is perfect for. It would be a perfect
Like
candidate for that because
they
it has
should
a
innovate in
touchscreen.
that. They should innovate in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, we've made these RPG Pokemon games on
Mm-hmm.
handheld devices for a long time, so why don't we try it on like a home console?
Yeah,
You
and
know, like
that.
they have
Yeah.
console Pokemon games, but not like the original like Pokemon games
No,
where you have to.
Yeah, it's been like
You
Pokemon
know,
Snap or Pokemon Stadium or like.
because I think Sun and Moon on the Wii U, like through an HDMI cable, I think it would look great.
Oh yeah.
Like Wind Waker HD it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's a great game, and it's
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's a game that was created like years ago that's just remastered, but
Mhm.
imagine making like a game
Mhm.
just already like ported to that. Like Mario Maker looks awesome. You know,
Yeah.
like if Mario Maker existed on the GameCube and they made Mario Maker HD for the Wii U, it's still not going to look as good as it would if it was like originally developed for HDMI.
Yeah. No, totally.
Like Sun and Moon, I think it's out now, right?
I believe yeah, it just came out.
Yeah,
It came out this
I
week.
think tonight. Yeah, something like that.
Well, yeah, it came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not really too sure how it's doing yet. But I don't know, maybe we can let's see if I can find like some quick reviews or something.
Sun
Yeah.
and Moon, Pokemon overall, I'm happy with
Mhm.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm just happy with
Uh,
Pokemon. You see, like we're talking about Pokemon for a minute. I'm happy.
Like
I'm not like I don't have nothing bad to say about it. You know, I'm
yeah.
not playing the games anymore, but hey, that's fine, dude. They're doing great with the franchise. They're taking care of it. They're
No,
not.
Game Freak has been really true to what they do with Pokemon. Whether
Mhm.
they, even if they're gonna update the graphics to make it more modern or whatever,
Yeah.
they've always been true to the original flow of the game.
But I
You
agree.
pick a
Yeah.
starter,
Yeah.
you level up, you catch Pokemon, you beat the Elite Four. You know, it's basically the same game, but like
Mhm.
compensate by adding new Pokemon, adding new regions, updating the graphics.
Yeah.
That's just how a game should be, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's
And
how it should work.
yeah,
Like
new story, new characters, like. But no, and I agree with Richie. I don't see any reason,
the only time
like,
like
yeah,
I'm a game development student. So like the one thing they emphasize is innovation is not important in video games. So I think like Mario 64 did extremely well.
hmm
So make another game for the next console that's like Mario 64 that obviously has different levels, updated graphics, but like stay true to the original. Like Sunshine was awesome. That did extremely well too.
hmm
And then Galaxy did really well. It was kind of weird, but it did well. Um like I think they should just once they have something that works, just use it until people are sick of it,
yeah, and
you know?
Yeah.
I think that we totally could have like, I don't see any reason.
We could use a new 3D
Yeah,
adventure type Mario, a new 3D open world Mario. We could use another one.
we definitely could. And we could
That would be so
use
fun.
a home console version of Pokemon, of a full Pokemon game. You
hmm
know?
Like I honestly wouldn't even mind. Like at this point, as stupid as it would sound, like Super Mario 64 Wii U. Like I
Yeah.
on like not like a VC version, but like the DS version, but updated to the Wii U. I guess I don't know. Like I'd
No,
be happy
yeah.
with something like that at this point. But
Yeah, they could do something like that. They could do like get it remastered, add some more, I don't know, a
I,
second quest or something.
hmm
like I think there's like a pocket of what's a good game, and then like another pocket for like what's a bad game. But like when like instead of like trying to stay like in the good pocket, I think Nintendo just like tries to like bend it and like
hmm
shape it into their own like thing. Like they try to innovate too much. Like
Yeah.
innovation's not bad. Like they did the Wii, and that should have been like it for a while,
hmm
you know. And then they had the DS, which is like the first console that like featured two screens
hmm
or whatever. And then they have the 3DS, which has two screens and it's 3D, and you don't need to wear glasses. Like I don't know. I feel like if they can figure that out, why can't you put an Ethernet port in your Wii U? You know,
hmm
like fuck. It just drives me up a wall. Like the simple things they don't do that would make such a big difference in their sales.
hmm Yeah, it's no, it's like, what do you call it? It's almost like to like, I mean, we're just three guys sitting here and we've already thought of like how Nintendo could be great again. Like, and it's like over there it just seems like they're just struggling. Like Richie said, they're just juggling too much stuff at once, and like
hmm
they're spreading themselves too thin, it seems. Like,
Like, I mean, we could all be totally wrong. I mean, they could have a perfectly good excuse of why they act like morons, but like, I'd be much happier if they'd at least give an explanation as to why they do things the way they do.
mhm.
Like, why don't you listen to the fans? Like, they can sit there and say they do all they want, but like in reality, they don't. Like, what's an example of Nintendo just not listening to its fans? There's so many. Um,
Um. Oh God, yeah. There's, I think it's, what do you call it?
mhm.
No Mario Maker update. We had one update for
Yeah,
Mario
yeah,
Maker.
that's one. Yeah, we want updates for Mario Maker. Okay, here's Pokemon. Here's a new Zelda game.
Yeah.
Here's a new console. Here's new.
Or it's like
Like,
they hype everyone up on this Breath of the Wild game, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, for Switch, since we know you guys are all super psyched for the new Zelda game, have this Mario Rabbids RPG thing."
mhm.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, because because the Wii U was not a success. Like, it could be like if the Wii U was good, like
Mm-hmm.
it sold a lot for now. I'm talking about numbers now.
Mhm.
And hey, if the Switch is not that good, if it
And
doesn't sell
it's
right away, no
the
big deal.
Wii, the Wii U is still so expensive.
Oh yeah, it's still like
The
even with
Wii
the
U should be
bundle,
it
it's
should
like
be
300 bucks.
it should be like 175 to 200 bucks at most at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like max. But they're still selling new ones for 300.
Yeah.
Like why? Like, yeah, I just think
And they sit on the shelves too. Like, 'cause like I know
no,
whenever I go to like my local Walmart or whatever, like
they're getting dusty.
they've only had one, like they had two Wii U's there. I bought mine
Mhm.
from them, and literally every time I've gone, they've had the exact same uh, Wii U Mario Kart bundle, and that's like the only one they've had, and it's been there for like 6 months. Like it totally has like dust on it because like they've opened the case to get 3DSs out and stuff and games, and it's all just it's like the Wii U is like there, like
Like I remember when the Wii U was like announced, and I was just like, "What is it?" Like they like explained what it is, and I was just like, I was still kind of just like, so like, what is it though? Like
mhm.
I didn't even like know until like last year or a year after it came out that it even came with a console.
Yeah, everyone thought it
I,
was an add-on.
yeah, I thought that's what I thought too.
And by the naming convention, it's like, yeah, like
Yeah,
why couldn't it be like
the Wii 2.
the Wii 2 or something else like the
Like what does the U stand for? Does it mean anything?
Oh yeah, I don't
it's
know.
just a catchy letter I think that they added on to
The
it. Yeah.
Wii U, like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
They
just the names don't have to be complicated. Just name it two.
yeah.
That's what Xbox and PS2 did. PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 there's a clear progression there with that. It's like you know
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
like
PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. There you go.
yeah,
Chronological order.
yeah.
Perfect. I mean, Xbox is a little different, but you can still tell like they're different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's still like a very thing. It's like Wii. It's like what
And
does
Wii U.
yeah, and Wii U. Like what does
Yeah,
the thing do? And
but like
yeah,
you know what the difference is between the other consoles. You have Nintendo 64, and you have GameCube. Like they could have called the Wii U something totally different.
the Super Wii.
Yeah,
You
they
know.
could call it like 3DS Home.
Yeah, or the Nintendo uh, Touch or
Yeah,
something. You know.
or like the Wii Pro.
The Wii Pro. Yeah, even then it'd be like okay, like that
Yeah,
like is a little bit, but just the Wii U. And I think the biggest thing too is like
but like
that.
if even if you named it Wii Pro, like I think you'd hear that and be like, okay, there's obviously some sort of difference here.
Mhm.
But like Wii, like yeah, like you said, Wii U just sounds like okay, this is like an extra like controller I can buy for it, I guess.
Well, and the thing too is like the ad for it. Like, really, it only showed
The
the
gamepad.
the gamepad for it, and the Wii U looks so similar to the original Wii in like shape and everything that even
Hmm.
in the ad, it just like oh, it's like a like how
Yeah.
PlayStation has like their like more rounded version of the PS4 now, the Slim or whatever.
Hmm.
You might think it's just that, like it's like a new like version
Yeah.
of it, you know, not an entirely new console.
Right.
Yeah.
I just After everything we've been saying, and I just miss when games were simple, guys, and I miss when you got your damn console, you got some bundled games, and you were good to go. You didn't need
Hmm.
patches. You didn't need to download DLC.
I
You
can't
didn't need to
stand it.
install 100 gigs of something to play your game.
Mhm.
Um, and I kind of think when I see the Switch, I kind of get a vibe like that, but then it's just like, at the same
Mhm.
time. Because
Yeah.
cartridges, I'm not, that's the one thing we really haven't talked about. I'm okay with that. You guys are okay with that, right?
The
Yeah.
cartridges?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I think as long as there's
it works
also
perfectly.
yeah, it works
Yeah.
fine. And I'm 99% sure that they'll have a download option too, you know, which will be convenient like through their store probably. You know, I'm sure the Switch has some sort of
Well, the
built-in
reason they
memory.
they they switched from discs, like
It's,
from carts to disc, is because like carts can't hold as much like memory or whatever. But like,
Well, and manufacturing costs too. Like discs are like a
yeah,
penny, like a fraction of a penny, you know.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So if Nintendo Switch can give me that back,
mm,
Hmm.
sure, I'm all for it. But no, I guess you can say it's too early to call.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, well, no, because look what happened with the Wii U. I don't want to be trading in my Wii U or collecting dust. Like that's sad, dude. Like that's the worst thing ever, dude. Like, consoles collecting dust on shelves.
mhm,
They thought they were gonna sell so much, and the random example here, but I was walking in the store, I see a whole bunch of Guitar Heroes.
mhm.
Um, those big packs, have all the instruments. They're just stacked in the middle of the store, just dusty as hell.
Yeah, because no one
Yeah.
wants them.
Terrible. Yeah, it's sad because they're just, I don't know, dude. Like they should be being enjoyed, but maybe they
Well, they
just made
they
too
they
many.
they
I don't
ruined
know.
Guitar Hero anyway. So,
Yeah.
have you
There's so
seen the
many.
new one, Guitar
No,
Hero
I
Live or
mean,
whatever?
No.
I saw it in stores, never cared for it.
Well, if you get a chance, look up like a game, like a song from it or something. It's completely. It's not the same like green, orange, yellow, whatever buttons.
Mhm.
Like it's like you're actually playing a guitar now, and it's a lot harder.
See, that
Yeah,
was
like
like the great thing about Guitar Hero, because that came out like when I was like a
Yeah.
freshman in college, and like it was like that was just a fun thing to have like people over to play, and like
Yeah.
you could like it's like yeah, like not everyone can has the time to learn to play guitar, but you can jam out with your friends to Guitar Hero to like a couple songs, you know, and pick it
Yeah.
up quick.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's like when I see the commercials for Nintendo Switch and I see these situations will never happen. Will never
Mhm.
happen. No, I mean not for me. If I'm gonna go play basketball, I'm not gonna bring my device where it can probably get, broken or stepped on by
Wait,
accident.
wait. So you're telling me, gaming, that when the Switch comes out, you're not gonna get in the back of your old Volkswagen van and have your one friend drive while you and your other friend play Mario Kart while he's driving? Is it, with those little controllers that split off the end? Like you're telling me that's not gonna happen?
Maybe. I don't know yet. But like just the commercial itself, it just makes me feel like Nintendo thinks I'm stupid. Like they don't, like, you guys, this is how it's supposed to be used. And I understand, like, commercials, you have to target it because you want to
Mm-hmm.
make money. I get it. Like, see,
Yeah.
everyone can do it. Everybody can play it. Everybody can bring it with you. Be the life of the party. Hang out. But like those days I think are gone, man. Guitar
Mm-hmm.
Hero, those days are gone, man. They're gone, dude. They're gone with the wind. Um Old packaging, like I was talking about, back in the day, those are gone, dude. Like, and with the Switch, if they could bring something like that back, which they're looks like they are trying to do that because with the Wii, it was the whole family thing. Now it's
Mhm.
like with your friends because there's no kids in that trailer. Because hey, maybe everyone's all grown up now, which we are, and
Mhm.
if they want to target audiences like that, I don't think it's gonna happen. But go for it, man. Try to get that old school feeling back and bring people together wherever you are. But
Well,
I
dude,
don't think it's gonna happen, man.
they don't even give you like manuals with like games anymore. Like, like it's like everything's like so like been cut down and it's
Can we
like,
talk about the idea book that comes with Mario Maker?
oh god, that
I never
thing.
looked at it. Did
I
you like
still
it or?
I still have it. It's
There
on
is
my
not
shelf.
one idea in there.
One second, let me get this.
It's literally just pictures of like enemies and just like it's like hieroglyphics. It's weird.
I've actually never looked through this,
Illuminati.
so I'm gonna look through this right now. Okay,
Look
so
through it.
the beginning it's like the start of 1-1, and then oh my god, there's like bullet thing, and it's like the most generic looking course, and then oh that's cool, you spelled out Nintendo with different blocks. And you're right, like it's like every other thing is just like, what do you call it? It's like it's just random art of like Mario and like a single enemy. Like I I don't know what this is.
That's just a shame. They like booklets and games are gone, and like if we get a booklet, it's pointless at this point. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it could be because we're much older now. Like, but yeah,
Yeah.
everyone remembers flipping through the booklets, excited to play, or
Well, and
when you're done playing,
it
you can
would
look at it.
a lot of them would give you like hints about like game stuff, Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think that's largely because um
The
back
money.
in the day when like games didn't take up as much memory as they do now,
mm-hmm.
like I think they didn't want to waste any memory by putting the manual inside the game.
True.
But like now with like HD discs and like
Mm-hmm.
all the technology we have now, I think like putting a manual in is like a microscopic amount to what they can fit. It's like I think that's actually not true anymore because I think a lot of games have their manuals online now, right?
Yeah, a lot of them do either that
Like you can like go to like the settings for the game or
uh,
something, go to help.
or they
I don't
have
know.
like super dumb tutorials that tell you how to do like every like minuscule thing. So maybe they
You
figure you
know,
don't need it.
yeah, I know.
Okay, so I did find there's on page 22 it tells you course jumps, and it does it through like crude like drawings that were probably done on like a DS like draw pad that
Hmm.
say like you can jump on a spring, and it just shows Mario like his path, and it shows him going up on like a ridge of blocks. And then it's like you can jump on a turtle with wings and do it. And then it's like you can put a turtle on top of a thwomp and do that, or you can jump on bullets and do that. And that's like literally the only idea in the entire book of like useful like explanation. The rest of it is just like artwork. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
what?
It's like that's not an idea book then.
Yeah.
Would you guys rather have old school like NES, Super Nintendo unopened, or would you rather have Wii U unopened like 30 years from now?
Uh Probably the NES. I mean, just like,
Wait, are you asking if I want an unopened NES right now or an unopened Wii U in the future?
Let's do right now.
Right now, I'd much rather find an unopened NES.
yeah, same.
I would rather find an unopened Dreamcast, but
Well,
My
that wasn't an
opinion.
option, but
Yeah, you didn't really give us that option, dude.
No, just joking. What I'm trying to get at is like just their previous consoles are just better, dude. Because I don't know, I don't have the answer really.
hmm
Yeah.
Oh, like I can play Mario 1 and 2 and 3 on Wii U, right? Like I can
Mhm.
still do that. But
But
for some
like
reason,
the thing we have to consider too, and as terrible as it sounds, is we could just be sounding like old people, dude.
yeah, it could be that too.
damn
To be
kids, get
honest,
off our lawn.
because like kids today, this is what they know.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna be like the people who are back in my day, like like
No, that's true.
the games we had were on cartridges, and it's I don't know,
It does it.
like
Yeah.
a large reason as to why we don't like it is maybe we might just like not get it. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know.
No, but you have a point because it's like there are
Hmm.
people that are growing up now that have never like experienced like
And then
have
that's the sad
yeah,
thing is they're never going to either.
like having to rewind a VHS tape to watch it again.
Exactly, dude. Like when
That's
you had to return it to Blockbuster,
yeah, or
you
even
have to rewind it.
even
Like,
DVDs. Like people won't
hmm
remember discs like
hmm
soon here because everything's on Netflix now.
hmm
Like
Remember when I'd rent like a DVD, I'd still rewind it because I didn't
mhm.
know. I had no idea that it didn't matter.
And then
But
like
our things,
what do you call it? Like going to like will it be like you don't go to the store to buy a video game anymore eventually or it'll all be download?
Yeah, it will eventually.
Yeah. Like
yeah,
physical
yeah, one
media
day.
like gone.
Because I feel like the only reason they're not doing that yet is because, I mean, not to get like political, but our economy is kind of bad, so I think we kind of need the jobs right now.
Yeah.
But I think eventually, like, I think if we stabilize and everything, like economically and everything as a country, I think maybe we're
Mhm.
gonna start seeing a lot of more like online based everything, pretty
Mhm.
much.
Well, can't you buy groceries from your house and like you don't even have
Yeah,
to leave your house anymore?
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you can, but here they make it so like if you can only get it if like you're elderly and disabled, or if you literally like can't like leave your house, like you have to like have like a valid reason.
Nah,
Well, is
here you pay a fee and someone drops off your groceries. You like pick what you want. And,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen
I don't
that.
know. Here
Like
you have to have
eventually,
like you have to meet certain criteria for them to do that.
and just going back to what I was saying a couple of minutes ago, like I miss those days where we could play Guitar Hero together, where we could
mhm.
even like the Wii, where we come over and we play Wii Sports. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. In
Mhm.
fact, I think we're getting more and more away from that. Like we're talking about
Yeah.
ordering groceries from the computer,
Well,
Hmm.
and,
and
well, to be fair, like what do you call it? Like it is like such a convenience thing. Like sure, there's stuff like when I need something like I could go get in my car and drive to Best Buy and buy it, or I can get it, the next day from Amazon for free with Prime, which has like 1 day shipping now, you know, and same
yeah,
day
that's
shipping.
crazy.
So it's like, hey, like it's almost like there's no incentive to like drive to the store because like the stores are starting to carry like less and less stuff, you know.
Yeah, I remember when I used to work at Best Buy, they would tell me like they could go to online, they can go to Amazon. They're coming here for the customer experience, and I would think to my head like,
No,
dude,
they're
if you're
not.
gonna save money,
Nah,
They're
because
not gonna
I
come
I
here.
used to work retail. I used to work at Sears,
Mhm.
and they used to say that same thing. And I'm like,
Yeah,
nobody is that.
I
They're not coming here to talk to me, and for me to like say thank you
Mhm.
yeah.
and please and like
That happens like at restaurants. I feel like maybe old school joints and mom and pop shops. Like, yeah, dude, I'll go to the restaurants. I'll go
Like
back if the service is really good, of course.
like
yeah.
I'll be honest, like the only thing that I buy like in a store is either A, I can't get it online, or B, I want
Hmm.
it like right now, like or it's
Yeah,
like something that like I don't
Yeah,
want to
that
like
that
have to wait.
yeah, that's the other thing because we can't wait for everything. So like we need like pharmaceuticals.
Mhm.
Like we can't order that online and wait for it to ship.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
it wouldn't work.
Well, but it's starting to go that way because like I know like my parents like get like their like regular prescriptions like delivered.
Yeah, it's starting to go that way, but we still have like stores as backups.
Oh well, yeah, definitely, and I don't think that that's gonna go away anytime soon. Like,
No,
but
Balls.
what if you get it like what do you call it?
malls
But
are dying.
yeah,
It's
malls are
sad.
dying. But like, what if it's gonna move towards more and more automated things like where
Hmm.
like self checkout or
I hate self checkout. I won't use it.
you know, like no, but it's like what do you call it? It's like I remember like when I used to work at a grocery store and we got like
Hmm.
self checkout and stuff, and people, when it first started, like people would get like so like confused by it and stuff, and I would have to
Hmm.
like help them with it and that. But eventually, people really got used to it, you know, and it's like it. And from a store standpoint, it's like one person can monitor 4 checkouts, you know, so you
Yeah,
pay 1/4 of the salary, you know.
yeah.
And I
No,
hate that. I
I
hate
was
that
watching.
when I go in a store and it's like all they have open is self checkout sometimes, you know.
Yeah, no, I was watching this thing one time, and they were like, this guy was like talking about self checkout, and his point of why he doesn't like it is because like he doesn't see the point of you going into the store picking out what you want to buy and then you have to like ring it all up like yourself, like you're doing everything, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like why should I come and like why should I even be here? I should just walk out. Like I
Yeah, it's
walked up to
almost
the red, like, you know, like I don't work here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's almost like we should just do it at home.
Yeah, pretty
And like
much.
that's like that.
Yeah, back to that, right? It's kind of weird, right? And
Hmm.
that falls back too on
Yeah.
games because the game's not in stores, dude. Like I honestly, when I go to Walmart a lot. You guys have know that it's the closest store to me, and like
Mhm.
I go in there and I look at the games, and you're right, Deadly. It's the same games. They are never touched. Same consoles are not touched. So
Mhm.
why are they even there? Like I see games from like PS2 sometimes on the shelves.
Oh
I saw
yeah.
your picture about that PS2 memory card.
Yeah,
Like, what
so
does that say?
I went into this random Walmart earlier this week just cuz I had time to kill. I was waiting for an appointment, and I go into like their electronics section to like look at like their games, and in the clearance section is a stack of 10 or 12 like packages of two PS2 memory cards each that
It's so funny.
no one had touched in years. Like the dust was super thick on them, and they still had them, and they had them marked down to like it was like the original price I think was like $39.99, and they had it marked down to like $17. And those stickers were like so faded on it, like that they had been there for God knows how long. And it's like, what do you call it? It's like the stuff on the store shelves just doesn't move. It's like it So like in like 10 years, are we gonna like go into a random Walmart and there's gonna be like a copy of like a physical copy of Mario Maker that's gonna be like, marked down on clearance? Like,
Be surprised if like the electronics section in Walmart eventually becomes like a station or something
mm-hmm,
where, yeah, if you want to look at TVs, I can pull them up on this screen and I
mm-hmm,
can show you what we have because I just don't know, guys. Like I just, and then when someone says, "Oh, well, you want to see what games we have?" Well, we only have them available for download, but I can show you.
mm-hmm.
Like
Like,
that would make sense, and I think people would be okay with that because, like, I don't even know, dude. Like GameStop, in my opinion, offers me nothing at this point. It's like back in the day, I used to like going into GameStop because, dude, look at all the games. How cool!
Mm-hmm.
Like nowadays, like I just look in the games and I just get sad, dude, because all these games, man, are just sitting here. No one's playing them, and it's just like, okay, let me talk to an employee, and he's offering me 100 things. Okay, I can't talk to an employee either.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what's the point of the store? Why can't I just stay at home and look at them online?
the thing I
Yeah.
don't like about like
Oh
I don't
my.
mind digital download, like as long as we have stores and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
too. Like as long as that's not our only option, but like the only thing I don't like about digital downloads is if you do buy a game, it's linked to an account. So
Mm-hmm.
if you lose that account for whatever reason, you're
Yeah.
screwed. You know what I mean? Whereas if I had the physical copy, I wouldn't have to worry about an account because I could just make a new one and pop it in and just start from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can't transfer like maybe like you could probably call like their support line, but like who wants to do that? You know what I mean? You don't want to be put on hold for God knows how long.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, like it's what do you call it? No, I agree. Like it is nice to still like
Hmm.
be able to have like the physical copy, which is like why I like I waited the day and I bought the Wind Waker game from Amazon. So like I
And
do still
yeah,
like buying the disc.
you got to think into the future too because all these games that we have are going to be retro at some
Mhm.
point. These we Mario Maker is going to be a retro game at some point.
Oh yeah.
So, um, eventually, it's going to be worth a lot.
Mhm.
Like NES, like prices are starting to go up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's cool to see it. Just like how the older it gets, the more money it's worth, just because of
Yeah.
how much more rare it's getting,
Mhm.
and you can't sell a digital download.
Look, well here, actually I have a really good point on that. So, I bought on Amazon Titanfall 2 for
Hmm.
PC, and I wanted to get it. It's cheaper if you bought the actual game, like
Yeah.
than it is to just buy the download code. So I did that. I get the actual game, and it says
Hmm.
download only, no disc included. It has the full case. I open it up, and there's just like a little slip that has like the code that I then have to enter online.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah,
I don't
like
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 that. That makes me feel uncomfortable.
when I
uh,
initially got my PS4, I bought Black Ops 3 with it, and it comes with a code to download Nuketown 3,
mhm.
which I don't know why it comes with a code. That should just already be in the game. But I entered it and it was telling me that the code was already used.
Yeah.
I was like, how the hell was this already used? It's a brand new game. But then you have people that have like key generators and things like I don't know. I don't know how it was used, but
Yeah.
um like I was able to like return it to GameStop and get like a new copy and shit. But like I don't know. It's
Uh,
it's it's stupid.
Yeah. No,
Like the
I
more
agree.
things you put online, the more potential money you could be wasting. Because then you have people that can pirate the games. Like
Mhm.
I can get any Wii game for free right now. It's so easy to mod a Wii.
Mhm.
Like
Oh, it's so easy to
oh
even just emulate a Wii. You know.
yeah, I know, but like I'm saying like
Yeah.
if you
Definitely.
want to play it on the actual console, like if you don't have a PC that's good enough to run the game, like there's other ways around it
Mhm.
by putting everything online. But like you you can't hack an NES, you know what I mean, and download games for it. It just doesn't work that way
yeah,
because the only way to play games on an NES is with the physical cart.
Mhm.
There's no digital
yeah.
anything.
And it's
So
funny
like
because with
like
the mini NES that just came out, I feel like people are more excited for that than like the Wii U.
they are.
Oh yeah.
It's insane to me. That's just like the launch of the mini NES to me is more hype
hmm
than the whole Wii U run. And
hmm
that's a
Mhm.
bold statement, but do
Well,
you guys
it's
agree?
Yeah. I
well,
Agree,
agree.
Richie?
what was your statement? Sorry.
NES Mini is more hype than the Wii U ever was.
No, that's completely that's 100% true. And
Sad to me. I feel bad
the
again, guys.
I think the whole appeal of the mini NES is that it comes with 30 preloaded games that everybody's more more or less so familiar with. So
Mhm.
I think it appeals to people like us who were brought up in that generation
Mhm.
because like if we don't have like an NES or like any of those games anymore, like we can just buy that for $60 and get all those games for free, and plus have it be in quote unquote HD. Um, but um,
Maybe
I think it also appeals to like a younger audience too, who like the younger gamer who's been brought up on PlayStation and like Xbox 360 and all that. I think it appeals to them because they might have seen classic consoles and might have wondered what it's like, and now they can do that with how
Mhm.
they're used to gaming. Like give like a 5-year old an NES
Mhm.
and watch them try to hook it up. But like give them a Wii U and they'll hook it up in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys remember, but like setting up the NES and then after you're done, then you have to go back to like cable. Like
Mhm.
unscrewing that coax cable is a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
And plus like you get like static shock sometimes and
You get static shock. Sometimes the like what do you call it if you don't like it'll start to like thread like the wrong way. Like it'll
hmm
like skip threads or something, and then like it's
yeah.
not making good contact. Yeah, I mean the coax cable is like the worst freaking
Yeah,
connector
but
ever.
that's all there was.
Yeah.
And then composite got introduced and then
Oh,
you had to be like on channel 3 and you
composite
had
was
to
like a
like
godsend though. Like at
it
that point,
was
like because
it
it's
was
like,
great.
oh my god, I just plug in these three little connectors, and the back of my TV
Yeah.
has like six different sets of
And I
them.
can keep my cable plugged in.
Yeah.
It's great. It's like now we don't have dial up, I can use the internet while being on my phone. Like
Like who has a home phone anymore?
I mean, My parents do, but
I know, no, I know, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think like a lot of like, yeah, like there's a whole generation that probably is gonna grow up without having like a
Mhm.
home phone. Like everyone's gonna have cell phones, you know,
yeah,
like and not have that whole like you want to talk on your phone, but like your brother's on the phone, so you like tell him to get off and like that whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. And you try to convince your parents so that you get like a phone for your room.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a
And
hassle.
this all comes back to like everything really. Like
And
times are
like,
changing, and like Rajel said earlier, arcades are dead. Um,
yeah, that's true.
just
Mhm.
everything that's been changing, and like that. It to me, it all falls back to the Switch. You
Mhm.
know, like because if
Oh,
something happens,
arcades,
that's also going to be get dead. The
arcades
Nintendo
killed
console
themselves
that
though.
we the Nintendo consoles that we grew up with, like if they don't succeed, I mean, they're not going to go out of business. Who am I kidding? But they might just stop making games. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm so concerned. And this whole conversation that we're having about, the good days, and we're not old. We're not old. We just want people to enjoy those things we enjoyed, And if Nintendo stops making
Yeah,
games, people aren't going to enjoy them anymore.
Mhm.
like don't get me wrong. Like I'll play like a modern game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Like I'll play it and I'll enjoy it. But like just from my point of view, like I'll enjoy a retro game a lot more than I'm gonna enjoy that game because I feel like retro games are obviously a lot more like gameplay based, and now I feel like it's just all cinematics how the game looks. But that's just how this generation is, and that's just what they prefer. You know what I mean?
Well, it's what,
Yeah.
and to a certain extent, it's like all they know, kind of. You know.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
Yeah.
and it's not really our place to like judge them on that.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
Like if I can't like judge a younger kid for not being like not playing Super Mario 64, even knowing what it is, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And modern games are fine. Like I just feel like how many Assassin's Creeds are there? How many Call of Duties are there? How many there's like so many, dude. Like
Well,
I
yeah,
get it.
that's
Mhm.
what I'm saying.
They're fun, they're cool, but what are you gonna be doing this for like 10 plus years? I think it has been 10 years already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It has. And what do you call it? It's
But like I said, it's more just about graphical improvement than it is about like actual gameplay features.
Mhm.
Like I remember when sports games, like I never played FIFA before,
Hmm.
but I remember playing NBA Jam, and I thought it was fun because it was unrealistic. Like you could jump really high, you can
Yeah.
shoot from half court.
or like
Now
NFL
the
Blitz.
games,
Yeah, like
yeah,
Yeah.
NFL Blitz. Now the sports games are coming out not even a year apart now. They're calling them NFL 19 when we're in 2017,
Mhm.
2000. See, I can't even keep up with my damn years. So keep remaking the same game, dude, and people are okay with that. And I'm
hmm
Mhm.
just like, what? How can you be okay with this? Like, the last Madden I played was like Madden 12 or 13, and then they released it again and again, and I was like, no, I'm not buying anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like because it's just the different teams and some new
Yeah.
features, and then you're gonna
Updated
say,
roster.
that's like that's something you
Like,
can do for free, but you're not because the
yeah, that's what
money.
I'm saying. You can just
Mhm.
make one game and then update it. You know,
Yeah.
you don't need to. But they're not gonna make any more money off of that. Problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with
Like
Nintendo,
at the end of the day, it's all about money.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah, of
like
course. And like
like
with Nintendo, we have this brand new adventure with Zelda, and it's super fun, dude.
but like the
And then when I
I
see something
just
like this where it gets delayed and we don't know what's gonna happen, I'm like a little bit worried.
Mhm.
I just find it like hilarious, just like how like confident Nintendo is at like in what they do, because they're not going to develop a game if they don't think it's going to sell,
Mhm.
or they're not going to develop anything if they don't think it's going to sell. So like for whatever reason in their heads, they're like really believing this is going to work,
Mhm.
and I just really hope it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. If it doesn't work, then
And
fortunately,
we can only wait and see. We can't make really any judgment until it's out,
Mhm.
because we really don't know anything about it yet. Besides that very detailed trailer.
yeah,
Yeah.
just wish we knew more about it right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, in like a month and a half, we will.
Yeah, that's true. Be
So
busy. We'll keep busy here and
Mhm.
yeah, but
ready to call it, boys, or what?
Yeah, I mean, closing thoughts. I think we all just
Yeah,
kind
sure,
of,
sure.
I mean, if
kind of.
chat has any questions
Yeah, feel
or any
free.
like comments or any points you want us to bring up, I mean, feel free.
Ask us anything, really.
Mhm.
I'm up for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Q&A
But
session.
closing thoughts for me while we just wait for questions is like um everything we discussed is like just
Hmm.
times are changing
Mhm.
and when I for me is I see I think Nintendo would be happy with just Mario on mobile, dude, and on 3DS. I think they'd be happy like that. I wouldn't be.
Mhm.
But if that happens, it happens. The Switch obviously is going to be the either super successful or not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say.
How
Uh,
was your burger gaming?
yeah, how was your burger? Chat wants to
It was
know.
epic. It was epic. I was enjoying it. I was like, yeah, this is really good, man. I needed something because I had a small meal earlier, but I was like, oh, hours and hours ago. It was
Yeah,
up and down all day. So
for sure.
Yeah, I slept like a lot of today, so the only thing I've eaten today is a piece of bread. But
Oh.
yeah, I think my closing thoughts are um I think Nintendo just needs to go on the internet, uh, take people's feedback
Mhm.
seriously. Um, I think they just need to look at Xbox and PlayStation, and I think they just need to figure out what is making those two consoles so successful,
Mhm.
why theirs is failing.
Yeah.
It's not because people are sick of Nintendo. It's not the case at all. It's just I think people aren't getting what they want from Nintendo.
Mhm.
You can't run a company like you can't just put something out and then just expect everybody to be happy with it.
Mhm.
That's really all I got to say for now.
I'd Yeah. I mean, I think we've pretty much covered it. We've talked quite a bit about what how we feel about the recent events with Nintendo and kind of the direction they're going. Thank you
Nintendo
guys.
Nintendo needs to make a super retro command prompt text-based Mario adventure. That's what they
Okay.
need to do.
yeah,
You
thanks
know
for
what?
having me. Thanks for having
I'll
me.
make it. I'll make it. I'll make a Nintendo game and it'll be a lot more popular.
Cool, cool. Alright, well, thank you guys. Thank you, Richie, and thank you, Gaming, for joining me this week. Thank you, everyone, for coming and listening to us talk about this, and we really appreciate your input. Yeah, I think that's kind of a wrap on number 2 for the podcast, so thank you, guys. Hope you all have a good night. Do feel free to check out our weekly Mario Maker race every Sunday. The link just got posted in chat, and be sure to go check out Richie D and Gaming Art. Their info is down below in the info section of my channel as well. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. So if you guys want to say your adieu to the audience, and then I think we'll call it a night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. Sleep well.
Have a great night, everyone.
Alright, and yeah, guys, thank you again for the coming and listening to us rant. This will go up to YouTube too at some point too, so if you want to re-listen to it for some reason. But